Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tatiana. I am a business coach and a mentor, and I love to see you win. I'm all about helping women to get out of their own way, to start the businesses they dream about, really create the freedom within their lives that they desire, and to really build a legacy and create impact for those that they are assigned to. So I'm very excited you are here. But if you've been around for a while, first of all, hello, what's up? Welcome back. If you are new, definitely take a moment to hit the subscribe button. If you love all things just womanhood, entrepreneurship, motherhood, and just really growing as individuals, this is definitely a channel you'll want to be a part of. Today we're going to be talking all about getting out of our own way to start going live. If you've been following me, you know I love to go live. It is one of my favorite ways to connect with you all, and I love to do it on a regular basis, especially here on my YouTube channel. But even with the Inspired Blueprint, which is my brand, I love to extend it into my Instagram page, and going live is really one of the #1 ways that I'm able to connect with my audience. A lot of times, of course, I'm not able to see people in person and different things like that, and so there's different opportunities where I can connect with people, but this is one where it's just a common ground. It's free. Really anyone can come and tune in and get into the conversation, ask questions, and I just love going live. And so because I'm so passionate about it, I thought it would be important for me to have a place for it on my channel to just help you if that's something you've been considering or thinking about. But first of all, let's speak to anyone that is just feeling a little bit nervous about it. So I already know going live can be very intimidating for some. I definitely know for a fact that it was intimidating for me. In fact, it was something that I put off for a really long time. I remember when going live just kind of blew up and it was a really big thing. I feel like at this point, maybe like 5-6 years ago, I don't know, I could be wrong. Obviously people were going live way before that, but I feel like it really became big once it was a feature that was introduced on Instagram. And that was really when I started kind of thinking about how I could make it work. And every time I thought about it, I just got very nervous. I was always just trying to figure out like, okay, what do I say? No one was really ever getting on my lives. In fact, a lot of times it was just my mom getting on there, which I'm so grateful to her and her support. But a lot of times it's things like that that will deter us. You know, we don't want to look silly. We want there to be an audience on there for us to engage with. But in the humble beginning, there was not a whole lot of that happening for me. And so that was something that I really had to work through, was to realize that we all have to start somewhere. And so if that is you, if you're feeling nervous, just in the sense of like, no one's going to be getting on, I'm going to be looking silly or anything like that, just realize that we all have been there. For those that regularly go live now, have been doing it for multiple years, and now have somewhat of an audience that tunes in, I think it's just important to know that that is not anything unique to you, unless you already had like this amazing huge following to start in the beginning. But if you are smaller, if you're just getting started, if you don't have an audience at all, these are just definitely part of the growing pains of doing this. But I promise you the benefits are so much better, because it just gives you an opportunity to truly connect with your customers, your clients, your audience, whatever lingo you want to use. It gives you this chance to really get to know them on a deeper basis, for them to get to know you, and to really talk about and dissect these deeper topics that fit within your business. For what was very intimidating before and what felt like, oh, I look silly and all these different things, it's now a muscle that I work. I now look forward to going live. That's where I made a lot of connections. Sales happen after my lives. People reach out to me and share different things that they've gotten from the lives. People look forward to them. And so it really can just completely shift from how you start to where you end up. And so this is really going to apply to anyone that has both a product or a service-based business. For me, I have a mix of both, and so I definitely incorporate both sides of my business into these lives depending on what type of launch I have going on. And so I think it's important to note that this is going to benefit you no matter what type of business you have. Really look at this as a marketing tool, look at it as a value tool, building connection, building trust with your customers, and just really showing that you are a consistent brand here, constantly staying top of mind for people. It's very, very important. And so I do want to quickly just point you to a video that I recorded. I want to say it was like a year or two ago, and it was all about really getting confident and showing your face. So if you're already just kind of feeling like, I don't even know if I want to be on this, showing myself, definitely go check that video out. It'll give you some real tangible tips and just some encouragement around what it means to really be confident and show your face online, because it is taking a big step. It's definitely something very different if you've never done it before. And so definitely check that video out. I'll make sure it's linked up in the cards. The first thing that we want to talk about is, first, you need to know what you have and what value you bring to the table. I think a lot of times we may feel like, well, I don't have anything to say. There's not anything anyone's going to be interested in hearing from me. And so really identifying that you've been assigned to do this thing, whether you are creating this physical product, whether you're wanting to coach people to do something, whatever it is that your end goal is to do, it's important for you to look at these people and be like, okay, this is what I have to offer. This is my expertise. These are the things that I can provide you to help you. And then on top of this, this is what I've created in order to make you take it to the next level, to help you take it to the next level. And so when you know that you have something of value to offer to people, your conversation, your advice, your tips, your story, those are going to be the connection points that will happen in your lives. And so it's just first important to just realize like you do have something important to talk about, because that can be one of the first things that I don't know what to say. Number two, I kind of touched on it, but just know that it is going to be humble beginnings. Like I mentioned, my mom would be one of the only people on, and sometimes she wouldn't even be on. And so it's just one of those things where as you get started, really treat it as a practice. Even if you have 0 people on, which it will happen, treat it as a practice, but do your best as if there are, because I feel like even if it's just one person, that is more than enough for you to show up and do what you need to do. But even if there's 10 people, 100 people, 1,000 people, whatever it may be, do your best no matter how many people it is. And that means even if it is 0, because at the end of the day, these are evergreen things. And so even if no one is on when you are live, keep in mind that there is going to be a whole replay that takes place, unless you choose not to save it for some reason. But I say save the replays unless it was just absolutely a terrible live, or, you know, whatever the case is. But save it, because then you can use that not only to repurpose later for other types of content, but it's going to be something people will find later on if they happen to be browsing on your page, you know, checking out your profile. You will have that as something that they can always go back and watch and connect with you. And I think that's what's even just so beautiful about this YouTube space in general. What I love is that videos that I recorded years ago are still the ways that people are connecting with me today. That's how they find out about me. They binge through all of the things that I created in my humble beginnings when no one was really watching my videos. And now these are the videos that are pulling people to me today. And so it's important to look at it like I'm really creating a bank for myself. And I think going live is just even more so a deeper connection, because with going live, I love going live. There's no editing that needs to take place. It's very like, you know, do what you need to do and then be done with it. I know that after I'm done with it, like I've connected with people, I've made an impact, I've said my piece, but then I know I don't have to do really much after, other than maybe just share the link, promote it, you know, maybe drop it in my newsletter for people that missed it, and then kind of move on. So that's what's nice about it. And then people see it later. Number 3 is to come up with a consistent time. I think this is definitely one of the ways that you will start to slowly build an audience. And so treat it like it's your TV show, or treat it like it's something where, you know, people are already there waiting on you, even if there is no audience yet. Have a consistent time and announce that time and show up for that time. And so I remember when I first started going live on Instagram, at the time my business was called The Stationary Muse, and I was doing these Monday motivations, and I would do it every Monday evening. I always had a specific topic I would talk about, a couple of talking points. I'm definitely a person that doesn't like to follow a long script, so I always will just have like 3 to 5 talking points, and then I already know the information, you know, and I think it makes it a lot more natural that way versus me like reading a full paragraph or a full set of bullet points. Like I love to just have a couple touch points to keep me on track, so I'm not like, okay, what were we talking about? Especially on live, because it's very easy to lose your place of what you were doing on live. But mainly you want to come up with what is a consistent day and time that you can show up, whether it's weekly, bi-weekly. I would say really no further of a time frame than that, because you want it to be something people look forward to and it's a regular thing that they can remember. If you could do multiple times a week, that's even better, but I would definitely say once a week is a great time frame, and it does not have to be long. It doesn't need to be like you get on for an hour. Like me, I definitely can get on and talk a lot, and I love to answer questions and interact with everyone at the end. So that definitely makes the time go quicker. But it's always it's fun. It really is. And even when I do like interviews with people on live, it's kind of the same thing. It's just the time goes so quickly, and you're like coming up on an hour, and it's like, oh my gosh. And so just setting a specific time for yourself, whether it's, you know, while you're doing your makeup on Tuesday mornings, or if it's Saturday morning while you're cooking breakfast, or whatever it is, if you have the standing time, you know, you even have like 10 to 15 minutes, even if it's 5 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever it may be, have that block of time and just put on your calendar live, for your business. And you can come up with different topics, which we'll talk more about, and announcing it. So that way people are like, oh yeah, I definitely need to check out her live. It's going to be happening next Thursday at 9 a.m. I want to tune in, or, ooh, she really talked about a good topic. I'm definitely going to try to add this to my calendar or turn on the notification so I get notified for next time. And so I think it's really cool to do that. It really builds a connection with your audience. And above all, I just think it's pretty great. So yeah. And so that is pretty much it. That is the end of our part 1 of this little mini going live series. I think at the end of the day, the biggest thing with it is it can feel intimidating. It can feel like, oh, I don't know what to get started with. I don't know what I need. But you already have what you need, okay? You already have an idea of what it is you want to talk about. You already have a phone, I'm sure. If you're watching this, you have a phone, you have a laptop, you have a source that will allow for you to go live. And it's just about getting out of your own way and realizing that you could be standing in the way of really growing your audience, really building these connections with people. And I think if you are really in this for the long run and you're wanting to see your business grow, you have to be willing to step out on faith and do things that feel uncomfortable to grow. I have learned that above all, in order for you to really see the fruit of your labor, you have to be willing to get uncomfortable, and it's not always going to feel just like it comes easy all of the time. But I promise you, the hard work, the discomfort, and all of the things that you are like making excuses for right now, it's gonna pay off, and you're gonna look back and be like, why didn't I just do this sooner? And so this is your sign. Definitely go live. If you have not gone live for your business before, if you have a business page, personal page, whatever, if you've never gone live before, go ahead and rip the band-aid off. Do it. It's not as bad as you think, I promise. And this is coming from someone who used to literally break out in a cold sweat, getting on live, tripping up over her words, just wondering like, what am I even doing right now? I'll try to see if I can insert maybe like one of my very first ones that I did. I'll have to go back unless they're archived, but even then I'll see. I'll have to try to see if I can find one, because we all go through it. We all go through that point of trying to just learn this new thing we're doing and getting comfortable. So you are not alone. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I will catch you in the part 2 of this, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Okay, so I wanted to give a couple of updates really fast about things that are going on with Stationary Muse. So y'all know I don't like Facebook Live, but in 2019 I am gonna, or Facebook. You guys know I don't like Instagram Live. It makes me nervous. But in 2019 I am going to try to start doing that more, because I feel like it's better. But I don't know, I get like really frozen up. So anyway, I'm just gonna do this really fast on stories or IGTVs. If this ends up being too long, I don't know. But I just wanted to give some quick updates and things. So first thing is Live Love Inspire box. I literally have 2 slots left. I just counted up to see where I'm at for my cap for the month.